Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how I made this sourdough Danish to make these cream cheese danishes that are so delicious. You guys will love this recipe, but let's get straight into the video. We're going to start off with 100 grams of active sourdough starter. And here I have 200 grams of milk and 80 grams of butter. I melted the butter first into a little pot and then I added the milk. That way the milk can get nice and warm so the fermentation can speed up a little bit. So I went ahead and mixed everything together. And once I saw no more clumps of starter, I added 70 grams of sugar. And then I mixed everything together again. I like to make sure that the sugar is well dissolved into the milk, especially because the milk is still warm, so it helps, the sugar dissolve better. And then I added 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I went ahead and mixed everything together again, making sure that everything is dissolved into the mixture. And then I went ahead and added 2 eggs, and then I mix everything again, and the flour. So for the flour, I do use 530 grams total, but I like to add 500 grams first, and then I mix all of the ingredients together, and then I do the last 30 grams at the end. That way the dough has like a top layer of flour, because it's easier for me to pick up this dough this way because it is so rich. It just tends to stick to my hands a bit more, and I just don't want to waste any of the dough. So if you want to add the 530 all together instead of doing it in 2 steps, you definitely can. This is just personal preference, but the total of flour is 530. You're going to see me here. This is what it looks like before the 30 grams. Very shaggy, very wet. And then here are the extra 30 grams. And once I start mixing it, it's just so much easier to mix. And if you don't like to get your hands too dirty or waste any dough, I suggest you do it this way. My hands still have a little bit of dough on them, but it's not as bad as when, I put all the flour together all at once. So here is what the dough looks like after about 5 minutes of doing slap and folds. And then I go ahead and cover it and leave it on the counter so it can bulk ferment. And once it has doubled, I go ahead and put it into the refrigerator overnight so it can do a longer ferment. And then in the morning, I take it out, I let it get to room temperature and let it rise a little bit more just so it can get nice and soft and puffy. I like to weigh it out just to make sure that I have equal amounts of dough in each Danish, because I like to make sure that they all bake at the same time and, not one is overly done than the other. So I just prefer it this way, and I measure them and then I go ahead and roll the dough into itself into a ball, and then I do circular motions on my mat. I do this with every single piece of dough, and then I go ahead and flatten them out a little bit. Here I kind of forgot to put it on parchment paper, but I recommend you guys to get your sheet pan ready. I have a pretty big sheet pan, and put the parchment paper over it and then put the dough right on top. That way when you flatten them out a little bit, when they rise, you don't have to transfer them, you know what I mean? So they're just like ready on the pan, on the parchment paper. And then once you're ready for the next step, it's already ready. So here you can see me flattening them out, and I had totally forgotten to put the parchment paper, but this is essentially what you do. Just flatten them out and then letting them rise once more until they get nice and puffy, and then you're gonna see me putting them into parchment paper. Anyways, I let them rise, and then I grab a 1/4 cup. You can use like a cup, like an actual cup or anything with a flat surface on it, and just press it down into the middle of the dough just to create like a little hole. And then that's where the cream cheese will go. You can add like a jam to it as well and then bake it, but I don't really like putting jam in my cheese danishes. So I just put the cream cheese on it and I bake it. So I preheat my oven to 375 degrees. And once that is preheated, I go ahead and do this step here. For the cream cheese filling, you're going to need 1 block of cream cheese, 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 3 tablespoons of milk. You can also use heavy cream if you don't have milk. You can even add a little bit of maple syrup to the filling. That way you can have that extra flavor. And you can either add more or less powdered sugar if you'd like. And you're going to go ahead and put that mixture in the middle of the danishes as best as you can. I like to flatten it out a little bit because these do puff up a little bit, even the cream cheese. And then I do an egg wash on the outside. You could do a milk wash if you'd like, but here I'm just adding the cream cheese filling. These are not overly sweet, but if you want them sweeter, you can add more sugar. And yeah, these are so good. I hope you guys try this recipe out. Right now, my husband is going to help me put the egg wash. We were really excited to eat this, and I told him to help me so I can, finish faster. So we were tag teaming this dough and getting it done. So you're gonna bake these at 375 degrees for 20 minutes. And then I like to bump up the temperature to 400 degrees for an additional 5 minutes just to get that golden brown crust. If your oven runs pretty hot, you could just skip the second part and just leave it for 20 minutes and then you could just let it cool down. And I like to top it with fresh strawberries or fresh fruit. You can also add jam to it before baking. You could just add the jam right on top of the cream cheese or just do a little swirl with the jam to make it look pretty. And then, whatever you want to put on top of it. So I just put the strawberries and a little bit of powdered sugar. You can also do like an icing drizzle. I don't really like that, but if you want to, you can. And here I'm just adding the powdered sugar just to make them look pretty and give them that extra bit of sweetness. Since I mentioned these are not super overly sweet, so the powdered sugar was a nice touch to it and the fresh strawberries gives it some freshness. So I hope you guys try this recipe out and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching and being here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Look at how beautiful these turned out. I sent a picture to all of my family members and they want some now, so I'm gonna have to make some soon. My birthday is coming up, so maybe I'll treat everyone. But thank you guys for watching.